Oh, yeah, it's good. We're in here. Hello. You could hear us? Yeah. How's everyone doing? What's up, Chris? What's up, Rob? What's up, Rick? Rick, you gonna be able to hang out, or are you gonna? You already too busy spending your money over on Terry's stream.
Hang down.
David, Large, how's it going? So yeah, as you probably noticed from the thumbnail and from right now, we have Ryan, Otis, Adams here from Dirty River Bicycle Works, a bike shop in downtown Akron. The edge of, yeah, that's still downtown, right? Yeah,
Yep.
you're in the downtown Akron partnership. What do they call it? Downtown Akron partnership,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, on the north side of downtown Akron. So been open for
Almost 7 years.
7 years. Jeez.
7 years.
I was gonna guess 5. How?
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the split between the old location and the new location? Do you know?
We're at 3.
3 in the new. So 3 in your own building after 5 renting a space in like a mini mall type thing, marketplace.
Yeah, math's hard.
Yeah. Khaki night. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
2017. So, yeah.
Nice.
Good
So
times.
I was just kind of joking with Otis after me and Large last week were talking about fat bikes and how we don't have them. We see why people have them, but they're not like really a thing for us. And I know Otis absolutely loves them, so I thought it would, not really a rebuttal because we're not against, me and Large aren't against fat bikes, but thought it'd still be a good topic because so many of you guys were like talking about all like the good things about them. So we figured that would be a cool, what did I just do? Oh, there we go. The power button is on the side of this monitor apparently. So yeah, we got Cycling Brian in here. Musgrave, Madison, Tanya, Eric, what's up? Dylan?
Welcome to Khaki Night.
Khaki night. Yeah, we planned it.
Yep.
I said, wear your tan hat.
Yep.
Tony's in here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Farley, Blackball. The other Chris. You know the other Chris now, I think, from Yetis.
Yeah.
Because I met him first at the Yetis on the Loose when we did the Dover Dam. So,
Yeah. Posted this super sexy fat bike video of him this week.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's like there's like mist coming up off the snow and he's climbing a hill. Looks amazing.
You guys were at Honda Hills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was very different from when we went there because there was like 4 inches of snow.
Oh.
So,
Yeah. Kelly's in here. Matt Ford, David Geller, what's up? Eddie Welker. Yeah, Rob, that's what we were talking about a lot on that stream, is just how they make so much sense for us somewhere where there's snow. And Otis had actually just sent me a article today, kind of with, I'd say it was kind of the history of the fat bike. Who was that from? It was from,
I'll share it all in the thing.
yeah, we could drop that. But it was an interesting read.
That was Outside.
Outside magazine, yeah. I didn't know, I guess I really didn't know that the Pugsley was the first production.
Yeah, like
fat
a
bike.
bike you could buy.
Yeah, because there was a couple niche builders.
Yeah, and they made a rim before they made a bike, which was pretty wild.
Yeah, so they started making a fat bike rim because it was saying there was only one wheel builder making true fat bike wheels, and he was in New Mexico or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and so the one guy really liked it and brought the idea to Surly, and they jumped into it.
Yeah, and like they used to lace 2 wheels together and run like side-by-side stud tires from Finland to get around. And that was like, or I guess some people even did 3 like 26-inch by 2-inch tires in a row to try to ride around.
So you'd have a frame builder build you a custom
Yeah.
geometry bike, and then you would, run a long skewer through them?
Oh, probably a long axle.
Long axle.
Yeah. Here, a long axle.
Matt Ford said he's having a hot water in honor of the stream tonight. In honor of Otis being here, I got real beer.
Yeah, I was drinking fake beer before I came.
Were you?
Yeah, so I could keep it classy.
Oh, yeah. What did you have?
Some of the ones you had, I've been trying out the athletic ones.
How did you, because the dark one we had we didn't like.
There's a different dark one that I like a lot better.
All right. I ended up drinking them all this week anyways, because I'm not going to pour them down the drain.
You could have drank some of them.
Yeah.
But who does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't drink them all in one night. I mean, it was like one here.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. You're just trying to get a buzz off the 0.5% alcohol beer.
Yeah.
Rick wants to know if you know there's a inner tube around your neck.
Oh shit, this was for you.
Yeah. What size tube is this for?
26 fat.
What's that cat doing that?
Can you guys hear the cat in the background?
Yeah. I don't think it would pick up, but like, yeah. Let's see. Got
Hi.
Jason up in here.
What's up, buddy?
Saw a couple other you guys popped in when we're chatting. Christopher Webb said the first fat bike he ever saw was at Walmart. Huh.
Yeah,
They make cheap Walmart fat bikes now?
They have for a long time. They were like single speed and $300. And a bunch of people tried to like take them and make them into real fat bikes, and it's like, ooh, this, like it was a one-off bike. Like they made it for them, hardly any standards, like so you couldn't change parts and stuff. It was real random, but you could go ride on snow.
Yeah. People are saying Kelly noticed Edmund jumped up.
Yep.
Effed up February. They said dry January is almost over. It's time for. I'm covering up my mic with this too.
Oh, it's dry January or damp?
No, it's damp January
Damp
for me.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats and fats. That's right. That's what I should have titled this stream. Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of. So it really was kind of. It sounds like QBP, because then Salsa kind of started making theirs, that from what I understood, and then it said like, it was after that what they said Trek and a couple of the other big brands started hopping in later.
Yeah, around 2013 to 16 is when there was like a wave, and like it was a new bike that people could sell, and everybody made them, and it was, and most every bike company made a fat bike before 2018, like trying to get that popularity. And people did it with gravel, and people did it with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Fixed gears, there was a fixed gear moment, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And all of them have become legitimate bikes, but like the big companies aren't investing money into them as much. Like Specialized, I think, just stopped the Fat Boy. Trek still does, because they're a Minnesota company. So they still do them. Them and Salsa are some of the last big companies. There's a few others, KHS, Kona, Rocky Mountain, and some other big companies that do a lot of fat bikes. But it's back to being a little bit niche. But the thing I'm seeing in so fat tires are 3.8 to 5 point something in width, and so right around the time when the fat bike got big, the plus tires came out too, because people figured, oh, we can make bigger tires, not for crazy money, so they made lots and lots of bigger tires.
So is fat? Are they? So you said this just real quick. I'll let you finish. So is typical fat bike, they're 26-inch rims, and then the differentiate to plus is that they're actually 29ers? Or is it the width that makes the difference?
It's the width.
Okay.
Yeah. Fat is over 3.8.
So on any size wheel, it's just the width makes it a fat bike.
Yeah.
Are they mostly 26-inch rims or now?
Mostly, but
yeah.
there's 27.5s also.
All right.
So I brought some of that to show at some point. But yeah, 27.5 came
cool.
in also. So and those are like when you really want to get over stuff, they're quite good. Just like the either 26 and close to 5-inch or 27.5 and well over 4-inch are they're not quite the light and lively type of rims. They're the like, we're gonna go somewhere and get over stuff.
For any of our gravelly road people, 27.5 is the same as 650B, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
29 is a 700. And 26 is just 26. Yeah. 26 means you had a mountain bike before 2000, for the most part.
Yep. and so yeah, and like it's just like other wheel sizes, it's just a preference. I mean, there's not a lot of. Oh, I would love if Rivendell came with a fat bike rig. It's not late enough in the night for me to express with verbs or adjectives my gratitude. But yes, that would be delightful. But yeah, so around that time the Plus tires came out, and then but like at that time mountain bikes are still running like 2.2s, 2.1s, like that's all I ever need and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so Plus tires came out and had a quick onset and then a pullback. But now all the mountain bike tires are going to 2.6, and it's creeping up, up 0.4 inches, and it's going to keep creeping up. And I think eventually, like all the mountain bike stuff, you'll just be able to pick a width, whatever will fit your bike all the way. It won't be like big gaps like fat and plus and mountain or things like that. You'll just, whatever you're into, you'll be able to pick a tire that you like all the way up.
Kind of a spectrum instead of a...
Yeah, instead of like, you have these fat tires that are huge, and then mountain bike tires are here, and gravel tires are here. It's just like, you'll just have a tire for whatever your terrain is. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But that seems to be where things are going, because like mountain is now plus, and plus is now bike packing. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the thing I'm bugging the tire companies I work with, is to make 2.5 to 3 inch like really fast tires.
Yeah, I blew people's mind by saying they're slick fat tires in the Discord. Everyone's like, no way. Oh, did you bring one?
Well, this is 29 plus.
Oh, okay, that is a big ass tire.
So one of my points for the fat bike is versatility. That's the word of the night, versatility. You can sling all kinds of different giant wheels. This is 29, so about as big.
That is massive.
Pretty darn big unless you're going to special NBA player size wheels.
What are some of the bikes that I would know that this would fit onto? That
like
are the bikes you guys sell.
A plus mountain bike, so like a Surly Krampus, Salsa Timberjack.
Oh, that would fit on a Timberjack.
Yep. Some of them you have to move the wheel back a little bit because the mountain bikes have the short chain stays for wheelies. So this was my my gravel set for Kelly and my fat bikes. So we're doing a farther, not super gnarly, but we still want super low gears.
Rick Urbanovsky super chatted $4.99. Here, buddy, buy yourself a cup of coffee.
You should super chat Rivendell fat bike next time. Is that an option? You should put that in there.
Thanks, Rick. It's a good joke from Terry's stream earlier. He tried to have Terry buy a guy a cup of coffee, but they were in conversation. It was one of the dudes who just kind of rambles, and then he walked away, and Terry was like, sorry, Rick, I'm not buying this guy a cup of coffee. Anyways, go on. Yeah, so you were saying. Yeah.
So this, and so later in the night I'll talk about other schemes I have for this stuff, but so you can run 29 plus, so 29 by 3 inch or 3.2 you can run in a fat bike, most fat bikes. You can run 27.5 fat, and then this is 27.5 fat on a plus rim.
So that's a chunk, or so that's 20. That's a okay. Wow.
This is 27.5 fat tire.
27.5. And this would be a slow roller on the pavement, though, right?
Very, yes.
Yeah.
This is
True mountain bike tire. Or,
like snow or mountain biking.
Oh, okay.
So Kelly's, we don't have Kelly's bike, but anyway, Kelly's summer tires are these because she wants to never slip in a corner. So it's more about not crashing than it is to get whatever.
Someone asked a question that I wanted to.
Most lightest supple fat bike tire.
Yeah, because you had those.
So there's really light. There's light and supple. There's a decent amount of supple fat bike tires. Problem is if it's supple and like This one comes in, it's called Van Helga. Comes in 120 TPI, nice supple casing, but it has these giant knobs, so it's not going to roll fast for multi-surface riding. So multi-surface are like smaller knobs. So like the Schwalbe Jumbo Jim is my favorite all-around tire, and then the 45 North Dillinger is really great. Those are probably my. I like them in 26 4-inch because the small wheels and the not super giant tire really accelerate fast, and you can jump it and climb real well and turn and stuff like that.
Someone asked if they're crazy expensive. I would say they're just regular expensive, right?
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there are cheap fat tires in the like $40 to $60 range, but they're kind of like you just want to ride around, or if you were just riding around in farm fields and stuff like that. But the thing, as you see from the size of this thing on Tim, is the tubes are really, really big, and this is only about 3 inches wide, so it's not even fully inflated. The thing that really makes a fat bike alive to be a more, not just a ride in the snow slowly type of bike, is being able to set it up tubeless.
Oh, yeah.
It really accentuates the bike. You can run a little lower pressures, because the thing I like is like I did not do the BMX stuff when I was a kid, so I never learned like the bunny hop skills or the pop the wheels up skills and wheelies and stuff like that. But when I finally got fat tires, like you set the pressure so low that you can just kind of like go like this, and the tires will pop you up.
So kind of like preloading a suspension to kind of pop it.
Yeah, it's like that but quicker, and so like I with that I could start getting a little more adventurous in my ability to get around things off road, because I could use the tires just quick to get over things. Good similar. Surly extraterrestrial. That's a good question. The extraterrestrial, there are not from the big companies. I would say there's some from. Well, this is the V Speedster. They make that in a 3.5. I'm going to do some things with that this summer. But that's a really fast tire. There's Originate and Aerosun make the big smoothie. That's kind of like the extraterrestrial, and there's a few others, but it's not a ton at the moment. You could take some Dillinger 120s and cut the center knobs off with some tread cutters, and that'd make a pretty wicked fast tire. Do you want me to answer questions that pop up?
Sure, if you don't mind answering that. Because the strength of a wheel wouldn't necessarily be related to the size if you don't take into other factors.
Yeah, it's more tricky than that.
Spoke count's going to matter, and right?
Yeah, the number
flanges.
of spokes and how strong the rim is. That might be a question if you want to talk wheel building with Chris, or yanda yanda banana yanda yanda. But yeah, it's the smaller wheels are a little stronger, but there's still a lot of things in the mix. Yeah, but then this is my other size. This is a 26 4.5 with some big studs.
Oh, that's a studded one, huh? Someone just said studded tires get up there and cost. I mean, even regular. I mean, I have 26-inch studded tires that aren't cheap. But
yeah. Oh,
so that tire.
I gotta get this to say. I want to say the thing. It's called the Almighty.
Almighty.
Pretty fun.
It's just
Has around 200, 250 studs in it.
So that thing has to be amazing, and like the.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. I rode some hiking trails and like really scary downhills, and I didn't slide, and then I gripped on ice ponds and rivers, and the river that you didn't want to walk across, I just stuck my bike in it on ice and held my brakes and walked across the little stick. That was pretty fun. So that yeah, those are pretty fun tires. And they did, like, I rode them on the rat ride, and with the big flat knobs, kind of like Renee Ayres, let's see, flat knobs. They're big and flat. It rolled okay on the pavement, which I was pretty shocked about.
Hudgy said strength of the wheel is absolutely related to size, and we agree with that, but it's not the only factor, is what we're saying. I mean, you know, you could buy a garbage 20-inch wheel, it's not going to be stronger than whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, this cat rips them. How heavy are these 3.5 4-inch tires compared to a 2.4 or 2.6 mountain bike tire setup? Again, I'm sure that would have kind of compare on the tire, but
not
depend on the
not
tire.
as different as you think. Like a higher end fat tire with not as big, like not huge knobs, which you don't need because you have so much casing to grab the ground, are 900 to 1200 grams, and then like most beefy mountain bike tires, Maxxis and whatnot, are 700 to 900 grams. So not that much different. I mean, it's a different type of use, but
Yeah.
if you get real gram picky and cross country size, you can get a 600 or 700 gram tire, just like you can get there were some 800 gram fat tires, but usually 9 to 1,000 is about as light as you can get now. But you're also running 26-inch wheels usually, which I like because that, even with that mass, it has a quickness to it that's fun. And that's one of the things in general that I like. I think of all our friends, I probably err on the side of the smallest wheels of all of us.
Yeah.
And because I like the quick turning and the quick accelerating, and then the biggest rubber I can, because I want to ride on the weirdest things, the most that each bike I can ride over, and not like have my hands feel dead at the end. And that's part of the reason I found fat bikes is I just kept crashing. I had 29ers and I had 29 plus, and I just kept crashing. And Kelly said she even crashed on her big knobbly tires. And yeah, so a lot of it was I just sucked. Because as you've learned now that you're a mountain biker.
Kinda, yeah.
So-
I mountain bike.
Yeah.
I mountain bike.
I mountain bike.
On a bike that's not a mountain bike. Well, I guess Yonda thinks it is, right? Or you think it is, the gunner.
Oh,
Can't remember which one of you were calling it about. Oh, Yonda thinks it's a mountain bike, you don't. Yeah.
it's a great bike.
Yeah. I mountain bike on whatever I have.
Why do we need all these terms?
Yeah, I mountain bike on the rally.
Yeah.
42. So
Don't cage me, bro.
I like this line. You know what they say about studded tires? They're a lot cheaper than an ER visit.
Yep. Yeah, I have friends that'll take their studded tires off and on with inner tubes every other day, and it's like just give it one more minute for your 10-mile bike ride and maybe and not crash.
I like
Holy smokes.
I like the idea of the cheap winter bike build, obviously. Like, just like my old mountain bike, but I know Granite already had that, but you could just get something cheap and put studded tires on it and have just that bike, so you don't have to mess with it. Like last winter, I barely rode it, so my investment is now 20 years ago. The only investment I put into it for a long time was the studded tires. Now I've done some stuff to make it nicer, but I didn't have to. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a pretty fun thing. But the case with the fat bike is I started like riding mountain biking and going to harder places, but I kept crashing, or things were dangerous, or like I'd get going slow and tip over, and stuff like that. And I just found the bigger and bigger tire that I rode with, it was easier to ride slow over stuff in control. And then I found like rock gardens, I'm not bouncing in between them, and I can just go ride. And then, on looser things, I can just ride over it. If I want to, I like to just go in the woods and try to not put my feet down, and I can ride it 2 miles an hour through thing that is not a trail at all, but because the bike's wider, it's more stable, and it's not like I can't track stand that great or anything, but I can track stand a lot better on my fat bike than I can on my road bike. And I
every width I go open tires, I could track stand like 1 second longer.
Yeah. 1.3. Yeah. So so those are all things that I kept finding, and then as I started riding more off-road, like I'd made bikes for Kelly, and Kelly's my wonderful lady friend, and she really hated mountain biking on any of the bikes that I set up with her, because I'd get like knobby tires and the 2-inch tires, or a shock, or this or that, and it was she just hated it. And we had a gap of like 5 or 8 years where she was like, I don't need to do this. And then finally I set her up on a fat bike, and we went out on a mountain bike trail, and she was like, oh, this isn't scary anymore. This isn't that hard, and it had nice low gears, and like it just was like just a fun thing to ride. And then I just kept kind of trying it and putting people on it, and every single person I've ever put on a fat bike, and we sell the most fat bikes in Ohio. It's not a huge number, but it's a number.
Yeah.
And every person who goes on a bike ride comes back, whoa, what? That was different.
Yeah.
And so we always tell them to go ride on the train chunk, the giant 1s and 2s, railroad ballast. And so they'll be like, I think I just want a gravel bike. And so, I don't do this. I don't put people on a gravel bike and a fat bike. That's too far. I'm not that kind of fat bike salesman.
That kind of hustler.
Yeah. No, it doesn't solve everything. But it's just so fun. Like just like people want to, they drive their kids to school, and they want a lifted Jeep Wrangler Limited with huge knobblies to go 3 miles down the street into the grocery store or whatever. It's fun, and you get on it and it's fun, and the rougher the ground is, the faster the bikes get, and it's kind of cool. Like you can ride on the towpath and you're just going on a regular ride, which they're about as fast as like an old hybrid or like a comfort bike. They're generally nice bikes, so they're perfectly fine to just go for a ride. I mean, you're not setting records, but you're not setting records on an old hybrid.
Yeah.
So, but then you pull off into the grass on the side, and you're riding the same speed as you were in the gravel, and then you ride in like the sticks and the mulch past the grass, and you're riding the same speed as you were in the gravel, and like it's all like, it's just a continuum. And so like yeah, and so it just depends what you like to ride over, and I've just I started a little before you guys, but meeting you guys, our maps have exploded.
Yeah.
Especially with the Explorer Lord, but we just go more and more off road, and I tend to go far enough off road where I have to hike a bike a lot, and so that limit between biking and hiking on a fat bike is way farther than any other bike.
Yeah, I can see that.
So when you want to, chuck through a field or find a way in the woods or ride over a decomposing building, like you get to pedal a lot more with a fat bike.
Yeah. Why don't we answer some questions and we could show your other bikes and stuff. I don't know what this one means. Have you heard of this? Any experience running smaller 2.6-inch tubes in a 4-inch tire? I heard that was a partway alternative to tubeless. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. There's a few ones that work well. Like Surly's tubes work well. You need a higher end tube that'll stretch. The thing, like where we are for tubes are real rough for fat tires other than riding paths because of all the thorns and glass. So the other with fat bikes, you're only running between 5 and 15 psi. So it's very hard to get a flat, but thorns are thorns, and you catch it the right way, and then you're taking apart a giant bike to fix it. So it definitely works, but if you can figure out a way to tubeless, it'll change your life.
Pudgy, your comment to why not develop a technical ability to ride through adverse terrain? It's just like with anything, that line is going to be in a different place for everyone. Like
That's a statement of privilege, Pudgy.
Yeah.
As someone who did that, but some people found into mountain bike a lot later.
Yeah.
And I took classes and practiced, but
No, I mean, I get it too. I mean, I underbiked everything. I used to gravel ride on a road bike, and then I got to the point where, why am I beating myself up? And now I'm 45, and I don't have a fat bike, but I still like even having the gunner. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's even a step less of beating myself up on certain kind of things, you know, like, so yeah, I mean, yeah, if that's what you want to do it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to beat themselves up, or they want to ride with their friends who are doing that, and it's just like the e-bike thing. I think could be something that can level a playing field where you have people with different skills. Like you're saying, like when we go to Jake's Rocks with Kelly, she would be uncomfortable on a traditional mountain bike. She's comfortable on her fat bike. That makes it so we could all ride together.
Yeah.
Whatever your level of wanting to, in my opinion.
Some of it's a time function. Some of it is like I can never be 10 and ride a BMX bike and crash. So like that's I don't have that. And I've been practicing mountain bike skills very, very regularly for the last 2-3-ish years. I think you can tell I've got pretty decent mountain bike skills now. I mean, I can wheelie at 45 and bunny hop a little bit, but
you could really bunny hop.
It took a bunch of time.
Yeah.
But I can do it on my fat bike. That's the one I feel most comfortable on, and I don't have to send or take apart my shocks and send them in all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a dumber, simpler bike, and that's dumber and simpler bikes has always been a favorite thing. But as I got more off road, the dumb and simple bike makes you hurt.
Yeah.
So I, shocks are a great thing, but at first I couldn't afford shocks, and now I'd rather have fancy wheels and tires than shocks. So that's my thinking.
Greg said if I got a 20-inch wide tire, I could finally track stand. Fat Albert said for flat-out ice riding, over ice signal check, you can't beat a 29er studded tire like a Schwalbe Ice Spiker Pro. Isn't that what Large has on his? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are pretty intense ones.
Those are intense. And so, but yeah, this is even better.
Wider is going to give you more. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Rick asked about the hat, and this is a Zephyrline?
Yeah, Zephyrline.
Look up Zephyrline Workshop.
Yeah, we have about 10 different ones at the shop.
She makes a lot that are one-off, but like has a style. Mm-hmm. Depends on what fabric. She gets really cool stuff though. Rick, if you remind me in the Discord, I'd love to link her stuff for people who want to see it. Mm-hmm. It's a little pricier because it's a one-person maker using unique materials and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, I should make a command for her stuff.
And we have Ninja Turtle ones and summer hats.
Yeah, so many cool things. Let's see what else we got.
I'm like fat bike sense. That's
a great comment.
Yeah. Yeah, I did this summer. Well, Tim knows I really suck at long distances, but I was like, I'm going to do a century on my fat bike. So I cheated and did it with these. But Yeah, I still didn't have enough fitness to finish, so I got 80 miles. on my
That's
fat
still a
bike.
lot on a fat bike.
And then, but yeah. So, I've ridden far on a fat bike, and it is very comfortable for me. But usually, I have big moto style bars on it, so that's not very aerodynamic. But on my trash bike, not trash bike, my cheap fat bike, I'm gonna put big sweep bars and slick tires on it. So that'll be my Yeti Squad goof off bike.
I still say that even on like my, as you know, my gravel bike has become my endurance road bike, and I'll ride the gunner on any ride pretty much. But if I am going solo on a really long ride, that's where I do want my drop bars. Then I'll ride my gravel bike instead of riding the gunner. Because there's just times when you're out there alone where drops bars make sense, you know. But
Yeah, This is a year actually. That's a good point. Is because you know I've been pretty obsessed with sweep bars, but so I'll have most of my bikes will be sweep bars, and I'll have one bike with drop bars this year. And
I have a ton of bikes with drop bars, but I really only ride one of them anymore.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just a different thing, and so, but yeah, I do the multiple positions and the ability to get out of the wind is real important for bigger rides.
My fat bike with studded Dillinger 4s hardly gets out with lack of ice. Do you switch out wheels on your bikes?
Nope.
No?
No, definitely not. Who would do that?
Yeah.
Yes, I switch wheels. Dillinger 4s are very fast, so you don't live that far from here, Muskrat. There's ice all the time, so you should ride those more. Try them at like 8 pounds, 10 pounds. It'd be great.
Yeah, what, DCR is not a fat bike? That's just, is that kind of more like
Plus.
plus? Yeah. Fat bikes carry a lot of momentum. Big tires absorb the small trail chatter. Yeah, and the bigger trail chatter, for sure.
Yeah, and then the same argument for 29ers and stuff. So
Yeah. Pudgy privileged peddler.
not that kind of privileged.
Yeah. I would
Privileged that he could ride a BMX or a mountain bike.
Pudgy's got
younger.
skills. Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
a mountain biker forever.
I've seen dirt jump videos. So.
Yeah. I would argue riding a fat bike where the norm is full suspension bikes is underbiking. Huh. I guess it depends, right?
Yeah.
Just depends on the kind of trails, probably.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Joe said, didn't see the need for a fat bike, but enjoyed 29x3 on the front when you could still get those.
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes different things, and
Yeah.
and the with the fat bike is the fun factor, and I don't have to run shocks, and I can just go like, you know, wonder where that goes, and just go and ride it, and but then, you know, I can ride around lakes on sand, and then when the snow comes, it's the only bike that's really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get by with tons of different bikes, but
Snow is so
like-
dependent on what the
well,
snow is, yeah.
Like we went, what, two Wednesdays ago?
Yeah.
One Wednesday ago? I don't know. But
Was that just last Wednesday? Was
no,
that cold?
no, that was the
rain last 2 weeks ago. It was
2 weeks ago.
16 degrees.
Yeah,
or-
16 degrees, like 2 inches of crusty snow, and like people rode all different types of bikes. Everybody had fun, but like I was literally like losing my mind with joy, flying through these abandoned wood spots,
Yeah.
just riding everything. And I had my studded fat tires, and like when we got on the bike path, like it was super slow. Like the snow was like gripping everyone's tires, and like my bike was, I mean, I did 40-pound cheap crappy fat bike, and it was rolling as fast as everyone else because everything was frozen.
Everything was, yeah.
And then in the woods, it was just delightful.
I feel like on the
Yes.
path, I felt the same riding my old mountain bike with 26-inch studded tires. It didn't matter because they're just,
No.
They're just rolling. I mean,
Yeah, and it was just crunchy.
definitely made it up less of the hills. Also, it didn't help that my cassette was falling off the bike, but yeah.
Hey, did you like my badass fix?
Yeah, hey, it worked.
His cassette was falling
Trail
off.
side.
Pudgy probably knows this stuff, but I just jammed a flathead screwdriver underneath his quick release dropout and turned the wheel back, and it screwed the lock ring on.
I think I owe you a screwdriver too, because you ruined it, didn't you? David said, the fat bike makes riding other bikes a hell of a lot easier. It's great cross training. Yeah.
That's a funny thing. Like if that's all the quick fix health nut things and all the like the people are like, oh, they go and run or for a better workout or whatever, and it's like, well, just put some big freaking winter knobby tires on a fat bike and inner tubes in the summer and go get your 30-mile workout and riding on a bike path on a fat bike, and you make a lot of noise. It's really fun.
Oh, Pudgy, so I hope we already kind of answered this, but when you said condescending, or in your next comment you said privileged, I think Otis tried to correct that. He wasn't meaning the way everyone used privileged in the political landscape now. He was talking about it in the fact of, you know what you're doing, because as you just said, you've ridden them for 30 years, so that's
I have no.
it's your thing.
I had.
And you're from New England, which I rode those kind of trails last fall, and they're just, those old school trails are brutal. I would have loved a fat bike on those trails, though. I really would have. They would have been. I said it in the video I made. I think fat bike, it would have been the right bike for that, not suspension. But you come from a different place than I do.
Yeah,
and so
and that 30 years.
It's not one's right or the other.
It's reflexes. It's like. Should I write a short story? Yeah, bartender.
Barkeep.
More beer, bartender.
Let's get him.
Termite walks into a bar.
I don't think
Termite asks, "Is the bartender here?"
I can't imagine. Were even the Pugsies on QRs?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow, man.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I left it on there the whole time. As you walk into the fridge and all the way back.
The giant tires are on quick releases. I picked up from a friend and customer his old extra large cheapy fat bike. It was like $800 Raleigh. I'm trying to figure out a name for it.
But I'm sure now,
Trash can bike or.
but I'm sure like the last however many years, people aren't building fat bikes on quick releases anymore, right?
Not much. The
Well,
the
people
low
aren't building
end,
almost
the,
any.
The low end ones
Yeah.
are.
People aren't putting anything on quick releases anymore.
There's still plenty. There's still plenty.
Plenty?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, most every bike under $600.
Cheap bikes. But
Yeah.
and not that there aren't some people here who ride cheaper vintage bikes, but in general, the bikes that people are riding.
I'm waiting
are
for that
buying.
Rivendell fat bike, Rick.
Yeah.
That was quick releases.
Oh yeah, everything Rivendell has quick releases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with quick releases. I get I think the main advantage of through axle is if you're going to swap wheels and lining up discs, but I really don't have a problem lining up the discs on I've never broken that part of my wheel on my Raleigh, and I've ridden that on stuff that should be ridden on fat bikes, I don't know. I mean, I rode Jake's Rocks, I rode.
Yeah, it's most.
I rode
it's
higher ground hundo with that.
the main reason that through axles came is for shocks, because you had so much movement and side loading on the harder mountain biking that they needed a solid axle going through to keep the whole thing together.
I mean, it makes sense for lining up disc brakes. It makes it easier. I mean, I think that's the only reason to put road bikes on them, and I think it's actually when it comes to pro cycling, they're a negative, because now have you seen people carry DeWalt drills with the bit on there to make it faster? But quick releases make more sense on road bikes still, but the only thing that is just, I don't know, maybe people who are lazy. Well, you said this a lot about front derailleurs. Not that they're actually a problem, but that people don't do the stuff to keep them set right. So just making it easier for the consumer, I guess. But, and Large said, it's a cap, you freaking animals.
Did we say hat?
Oh, black ball. Yeah, anything fixed would be the easiest to bike stand on, track stand on, but it would even be easier if you had a fixie with fat tires. So I stand by it.
Faxi?
Well, I'm one of the worst mountain bikers ever. Overbiking really takes the edge off. So I think that's kind of the only thing we were really trying to say that maybe we said with bad.
Yeah.
Verbiage.
And that's
Yeah.
one of the things like I've learned to like mountain biking, but like driving to a mountain bike trail and riding a mountain bike trail to perfection and then going home, I don't enjoy. I enjoy riding off road. And off road has surprises. It has slower speeds, and it's not as
Flowy.
yeah, it doesn't have the flow, and so like with that just riding off road rather than the skill. Like mountain biking is a skill, but just riding off road, it's so much easier to get into it and go and do things and ride around and survive and just try stuff on a fat bike than something where you need to tune 7 knobs and 2 shocks and 2 tires and then maintain your pivots and all these different things. So it's just 10 times better for just riding. I want to ride off road.
I think there's a bunch of like nuance to this too, because we're talking about fat bikes, but yeah, there's mountain biking on fat bikes, there's snow riding on fat bikes, there's sand riding on fat bikes, there's whatever, and yeah, like you're saying, some people's goal is to get down the mountain bike trail as fast as possible. That might be where a full suspension bike becomes the better choice or whatever. I am not even a nerd on that stuff because I don't really care. To me, you go as fast as your bike allows, so it doesn't matter. But or as fast as you're comfortable.
Yeah, as fast as your guts.
Yeah. Fat Albert said wider on ice is not better. Less studs per inch of tire compared to 29 or. Oh.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
That's where like the ice spikers would probably
Yeah,
make sense and stuff, but.
Yeah, I know Chris has the 45 North Wrath Lords, and they have over 300 studs per tire, and they're XL studs, which will give you a run for your money. But I think, yeah, lots of studs helps for sure. But yeah, I don't know about the ratio of studs per inch versus having studs spread out wider.
Yeah, and I think
if you do, I mean.
And you might be right.
Counterpoint you.
And I would say
I'm ignorant of that.
People live in the North Woods and stuff and have that kind of. I watched a guy I met, I think it was at Hodag, Alex Horner, riding on like an iced over lake. We don't get those conditions that much here. I mean,
we did 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah.
No. One of my Yeti friends, Ryan, he went to Mogador Reservoir, which you have a video riding with Ben out there. What?
Oh,
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, he rode on the ice and made a Strava segment in the center of the reservoir.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
What about this? I see a lot of suspension fat bikes out here in the West. Any experience with full suspension or hardtail fat bikes? Kenny had a hardtail, right? I rode that one around a little bit. But
we sold quite a lot of Cannondale lefties, which are pretty sweet. And I've ridden a few with shocks, and as I've learned mountain bike skills, and I want to ride some harder mountain bike trails, I am considering a fat bike shock. But the full suspension ones, you gotta really want to jumps off some weird.
Yeah.
That's like the new free. Do you remember the term free ride? It was like guys got dual suspension mountain bikes and like just rode down cliffs.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a full suspension fat bike could be like, I'm in this creeped out rocky river valley, and let's just go ride down it.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot.
Yeah, that's
And I think in a dry west area, that would be cool. But for the mountain bike trails here, I would either
that'd be a lot over biked.
that'd be yeah. But
Hampton doesn't even need suspension or a fat bike if you don't, for even a fairly
you
average
should
thing.
skip that one.
So my girlfriend's not fat, she's plus, but Pudgy answered it was a good answer. Depends on what wheel size she is.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Robbie up in here. Rusty.
Oh, he's got a new name. Hi. He got a fat bike from me. That was my.
Oh yeah, he did.
I had
That's right.
that same bike as him, and it was my most favorite bike I've ever owned. It was delightful.
And this is a good comment too. We rode mountain bikes on snow long before fat bikes were around. Now that there are fat bikes, the range of rideable snow conditions are much greater. And yeah, the last few years, we haven't had much, the last couple years, because 3 years ago we did, haven't had much snow where I couldn't ride down a trail. But 3 years ago, riding my bike, whoever was had the fat bike, I was staying directly in their track on some of those nights, which is exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not have been able to be the one to make the first line through
Yeah.
the snow.
Yeah, it's
So,
interesting. The range in snow is an odd thing because there is like
I think it's huge.
yeah but the counterpoint to that, which is kind of like what different from what the one guy was saying about ice, was I think 5 years ago we went on a 4-inch brand new 4 to 5 inches of brand new snow ride, and our one friend had 38 millimeter stud tires
Oh, yeah.
and on
AJ,
a cross
right?
check, yeah.
Yeah.
And like some of us had fat bikes with nice tires, and some of us had stud tire regular
Yeah.
mountain bikes, and we were like, it was just so thick that like just to pedal through it on a paved trail was just everything we had. And then because of the studs and the real skinny tire, he was able to cut through and found less resistance than us going straight in 4 to 5 inches of snow.
Yeah.
So, but then like, you know, as Tim was saying, like if we got through with our fat bikes, then everybody could ride behind us easier. And so,
And there's those times where you get that, like, where all the cars drive on snow before you get out there, and the snow slips on snow, and I feel like no bike does good. I've had those times where I'm like, it doesn't matter what I was riding right now because there's compressed snow this deep that just slides. And it's only at certain temperatures that happens, and I don't know.
that's actually Fat Bike Wonderland. The fat bike that's
you
like
don't get
it's like groomed.
Ah,
Because it like when it's, you know, full snow, it's not like riding a buoy in a lake. You know, it squishes it down. But so you're hitting more snow in deep snow. But when it's scorched down, you can float over it. And I got to go to the state park Punderson,
Yeah.
about an hour away. They groom them. And last 2 Mondays ago, I went, and they had 2 to 3 inches. It was a little thin. 2 years ago, exactly, they had a foot thick of crushed snow, and it was like a fat bike highway.
a few people were talking about droppers and what a big upgrade they are, but I also want to say what's up to Joe, because I met him this summer, or fall, and got to work with him on a photo gig for what race was that? It was one of the ultra endurance races, but on the towpath.
Fat Bike Century.
No, it wasn't a bike race, it was a running race.
Oh, Canal Corridor.
Canal Corridor, yep. Anyways, what's up, Joe? Yeah, but
Yeah, Joe.
you have a dropper on this, though, don't you?
Yeah, dropper is amazing on almost every bike. But the thing I need, Joe, talk to somebody, is we need a seat stay mounted fender to keep slush and salt and nastiness out of your booty crack on a fat bike. Because smaller bikes and dropper post bikes can't fit any of the fat fenders. This is my Dave. Can you show Kelly's bike now? Is that okay? Oh boy, we're going down.
Oh, I didn't put those bags back on it.
It's okay. It was my bad. So this is my not great version to keep a little slush off of the dropper post in the person. But yeah, if you have a little bike, if you put a fender on, it's like aiming at the sky, and if you get off of the bike, you end up kicking it and destroying your bike. So, but this is Kelly's fat bike. It's super sick. Salsa bear grease. This is her. Yana made us some nice simple wheels to put some stud tires. These are the Dillinger Force stud tires, like Muskrat said he had, but it's super fun. Her favorite color is purple, so we did a lot of purple details. But this is the bike that Kelly became a mountain biker, and she hated mountain biking like it was the devil for almost 10 years, and then I firmly stand in the feminist cycle maker stance, because I've had hundreds of thousands of guys come to the bike shop and hand me a bike for a significant other of theirs, and they say, "Oh, it's just for my girlfriend. It's just for my wife," and that offended me to my soul. So I make Kelly really fucking sick bikes. Is it after 10? Damn it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. One real quick. You shouldn't have been getting mid-roll ads. I just made sure they're turned off. Sorry, guys. I do not want mid-rolls on. I didn't even want pre-rolls on. I forgot to turn them off. It's too late to turn off the monetization if you jump in here now. But I believe I dismissed them pushing. I've never let them decide to put mid-rolls in there. They popped it up and put it on there, and so I'm really annoyed by that. Sorry about that. I could tell when you must have got it because the viewership dropped off by like 20. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. I never put mid-rolls on any of my videos, so that was a mistake on my part. Anyways.
Papa needs a new pair of shoes.
Oh, I wish lots of commercials tonight. I wish someone would have said something earlier. I would have turned those off. That is freaking annoying. I'm going to make sure that never happens again. Sorry. And if they pop on again, let me. The problem is we're so behind on the.
Are any of the ads for Dirty River Bicycle Works?
Are you guys paying YouTube for them? In that case.
Tell me how, bud. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it has a.
Does the premium membership work on streams too?
No.
No.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it does. It should. Yeah. All right, that sucks. So we're getting cut off with ads. I am so sorry. I've got it. I believe I got it. I dismissed it, so it shouldn't pop on. But it's always popped up and asked me, and I just dismiss it. So sorry. Anyways, that sucks. Well, I'll make sure I turn it off for good then on the live stream so it can't even pop up before, because I'm not going to have that bullshit. Sorry, anyways. This was, I think I've got them closed down now. Front shock works well on a fat bike. Tune it with slower rebound than normal. The tire and the fork work together to smooth out the bumps.
Yeah, Chris says he also runs, like a lot of times with fat tires, you run a little lower pressure in the front because you don't have a shock. Yeah, Chris says he runs the same or higher in the front, so the shock activates, and it's not just the tire moving, and then it cuts in to the ground better in dry circumstances. But
Kevin B said this might have sold him on fat bikes. He's eaten it on so many rutted, snowy trails. Yeah.
yeah, granted, we had 1 week, one and a half week of snow right now. We had a dusting the other day, but I pushed some serious boundaries of my energy and abilities as an adult to do things, and got out in it aggressively, and the big fat treaded fat tires with studs did some exceptionally impressive and silly and goofball things that I hadn't had that. Yeah, these tires. I hadn't had anything quite that big with knobblies and studs, and boy did I send it, and it was great.
Kelly told you not to break her bike.
You want some ASMR cracking? 45 north.
Yeah, Joe was saying that the dropper
Sure.
definitely complicates the fender.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to bug companies. I need a fender.
I know this totally varies, but I've been able to mount a PDW mud shovel below the seat collar.
Yeah, only if you're tall. If you're short,
you need the room.
It's
Yeah.
it's like a duck tail, and then you can't get off your bike because you kick it off. Yeah, I run the big fenders okay because I have 36-inch inseam, but anything else like with the dropper, it's rough.
That's probably the same thing, the SKS, but it just depends on how much room you have.
Yeah, yeah, and then with the shorter tires because we did the fat butt fenders.
Yeah.
There, and then if you use a dropper post in it, you're riding, and then your tire's catching your butt fender and like folds it under and rips it off and shatters, and we've broken a lot of things.
I saw Nathan popped in to say what's up.
Oh, Nathan Wise, Fat Bike Hero.
What's his fat bike? Nathan, he has a fat bike, right?
He has a Salsa Muckluck.
Muckluck, yeah.
That we pimpified. He's got the Dillinger 5s on there, his first stud tires, and he did about half of the exceptionally stupid fat bike land stuff that I did with him, and we didn't crash. Let's see.
Gonna see if I could find the picture Robbie was requesting. Robert now, apparently. Robert. Here are the YouTube vids of adventure secrets with Pugsleys tied on alpaca pack rafts is what sold them on fat bikes.
Yeah, Robert and Lanky threw the gauntlet down for the fat bike throwdown showdown, and we showed up with 10 or 15 different fat bikes.
See if
And no one told me that cyclocross was so hard. I was like riding with like the single speed cyclocross guys from Joy Machines, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is really fun. Like fat bikes are legitimately fun to ride on grass.
Yeah.
Like cyclocross bikes are terrible to ride on grass. It's brutal. I hate it.
I must have it under
But it's very pleasant to ride a fat bike on grass. However, you also need to be a racer to do races
yeah.
and practice. So I'm just like hauling behind these extremely regular fat bikers or cyclocross racers, and so we ride about 20 minutes, and I'm like, is this about done? He's like, oh no, we're almost halfway. I did one more lap and called it because I was almost puking.
Robbie said you also had a full case of beer on your bike.
Yes, I did. Yeah, if you see,
I think I'll pull those up. Yeah.
my technique there. Yeah, I was bringing the party, and I think I had
I think this is post race right here, right?
3 to 4 in the fork cages. I had at least one in all the bottle cages. I think I had a backpack, a fanny pack, a handlebar bag,
Yeah.
top tube bag.
I might
and,
have a photo. These are in reverse order.
Yeah,
I didn't remember when Aaron had hair like that. Jeez.
yeah. I got worked. But yeah.
Is that a Muckluck?
That's Kelly's bear grease.
Oh, that's the bike we're looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
Large.
Is that what I got? Large. Okay. Yeah, large can wheelie his best on fat bikes. He'll never agree with me.
So this race takes place right around Halloween, so that's why the costumes too. Oh, there's Robbie on his. Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert. Robert.
Beautiful. I had too many purple bikes, but that purple is it looks especially good with a lot of mud on it. But you got a picture of that too.
Yeah.
Joseph. Cool. Yeah, I'm big on flat pedals.
Oh yeah. They're speaking of.
Yeah, see?
large
Look at
wheeler.
that sick wheelie. Little flare.
Woody on the Wild that he wrecked.
Yeah. Is that the pink one now? Is that pink now? He got it fixed.
Oh, did they actually fix? Did they fix that frame?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's pink. But
Oh, this guy just showed up and crushed it. I didn't know who he was. Did you?
I had that bike a couple years back. Yeah. No, he must have done cyclocross because he was keeping up right behind
Robbie and Lanky.
Robert Organ.
Yeah,
and
Robert Organ and
and
the lanky cyclist.
the lanky cyclist.
He was fast.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Lanky.
Yeah.
I think Lanky said he's quitting YouTube, like even watching it.
Yeah.
Lanky is wearing a skin suit on a fat bike.
There's so much wrong and right about this picture. The most right is the fat bike. But if Lanky gave up YouTube, he won't hear me say that joke.
Yeah,
So
that is quite the.
wow. I'm not going to be able to forget this.
Oh, that's Mike. Is he trying out? What bike is he on? Robbie's?
No, it's on the beer bike.
Oh.
See the fork things?
Oh yeah, the anything cages. Oh, Aaron trying out the fat bike.
Yep. Hot dog eating itself.
There's your
Jay?
Jay or
He moved. Oh, Ohio State Cyclocross Championship is open for business. Mr. Jay Ganser.
Oh, he moved. Where does he live now?
I think he moved to Oregon or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he working still with Candale?
I don't know.
He was Otis's Candale rep.
Yeah. So, yeah. Bring your Ohio State Cyclocross.
Someone.
Yeah, those are the guys.
There's Robbie.
Those are the guys that back up one.
Oh.
Those are the guys I was trying to keep up with on my fat bike.
Oh, Rick
And then I was like, oh, this isn't going to be over in one more lap. And then I called it. Yeah, Kevin B. Lefty on a fat bike. It's pretty cool. Those bikes are really good for adventure. The Cannondale fat bikes, which actually Lanky was on one without a lefty. Sorry, the Lanky cyclist was on one without a lefty. That was my first very good fat bike. But holy cow, the newer fat bikes just take it up a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm always surprised, Pudgy. You guys like always had like some kid just like misfired online, but Lanky's super nice in person. Like, have you ever? I mean, I've never heard him say anything even slightly mean in person. But yeah.
No,
Plus, there's no tone online. That's always the problem with any comments online.
Yeah.
Sometimes people comment on a video and I like take it so the wrong way. I'm like, oh, sorry you feel that way. I have no apologies for the video I just made. And then they're like, oh, I meant like I agreed with you. And I'm like, oh, without inflection or people use a lot of no punctuation. You're like, whoops, sorry. There's. Shut up, Dave. Let's put him on camera again for that.
Yeah, when Dave grunts, it kind of sounds like a dick, but he's one of the nicest people. So
Yeah.
don't trust the grunt.
When Dave makes fun of me to my face while I'm live streaming on YouTube.
With grunts.
Yeah.
With grunts.
Was Tony riding
Yeah.
Kelly's bike?
Tony raced Kelly's fat bike.
Yeah.
I think he got 5th place or 6th place. He did quite well. Also in spandex.
And he had a great finishing.
So he has like a small
Is it a bike computer
explosive device in his cargo pocket with a vintage Reeboks.
Is it like that time during the debates, like George Bush had that like rectangle like on his back? Do you remember that? It was pretty niche, but I mean, it was on in front of millions of people. But
Yeah, he's racing Kelly's bike in one of its most svelte setups. It was about 25 pounds. It was a light bike.
They want more camera 2 action.
Oh, because I made the noise?
Who did they compare you to last week? Someone we had never.
Oh, some like
It was
German cartoon.
It was hilarious.
Oh, not that one.
Oh
So
wait.
go to the championship pictures, the fat bike cyclocross at the Krampus cross, because these are all clean. Like, see how clean it is?
Yeah.
Like, there was little mud.
Oh well, we got to get your.
Oh.
You fell down right before the finish line.
Oh, I was so tired.
And you remember the lady's like, "Come over the line."
I was like,
Stopped right
I think I just yelled, "I'm dying!"
There's Robbie going over the barrier.
Oh, and I did a 360 over the barriers with my fat bike. That was pretty fun.
Man, a really good photographer must have taken these.
Yeah, that was so hard.
Oh, you're talking about
Effort.
yeah, effort, but the muddy photos you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
the Krampus cross, but it was right next to these in your Flickr.
That's just because I searched your name.
Oh, because the New World Order has taken my face recognition to steal my DNA.
I have no idea what any of that meant.
Holy smokes! Look at this crap.
Let me see if we could get
This
to
was the muddiest I've ever been. Ever.
Oh, so I did label them as Krampus Cross. Let's see if I could get that up there. Did they spell that with this?
Yeah, Robert organized. They moved Krampus Cross, the state championships, somewhere else, so they don't do it. So we can't do the fat bike cyclocross championship in town.
Yeah, where did they go? Because they had it those 2 years, and I thought it did all right, but then they moved it somewhere else. Is he our local Van Duzer?
What's Van Duzer?
He's a YouTuber that we
Let's not start.
endlessly
Okay.
make fun of on this channel, but
Oh.
he's super popular. I mean, he makes his entire living, and he's super popular, so he's obviously doing something right.
Yeah, but
Just not for us.
yeah,
How many times can you burn one bridge?
yeah. Look
Yeah,
this,
this bridge is at the
look at my
bottom.
bike.
This bridge is at the bottom of the river already.
That cost me like $80 of bearings. I do other gross things, but that was so
I couldn't believe.
so dirty.
And what's his name got out there? Oh, there was those tandem.
They did a tandem. Actually, the tandem that I'm building is a vintage Schwinn 27-inch tire tandem. They were racing cross on it, and they completed a lap. It was insane.
lives on refurb beans that ain't right. We have a
Hey, I had
we have someone who
myself
watches the channel who lives in the
a
same city
vegetarian
as with
enchilada
him.
last night. It
And
was
he
solid.
lives in the same city of him. He's like, I saw him at the airport, and I said hi, and he didn't say anything. Fuck man, fuck dude. Anyways, whatever. Oh, Straganona is who Dave looks like.
Straganona.
Still don't know what that is.
Well, we pulled it up. It
Yeah,
was-
but is that, where was that from?
I thought there was like a German cartoon of a cat and a badger that you might look like.
cat and a badger.
I don't know what's worse. I think this struck it down.
Spy vs. Spy?
Straganova one was hilarious because with his hood up, he did look like it.
Yeah, it's some like Russian old lady.
Oh, Baba Yaga.
Let's see.
No, you gotta
Wait,
put,
put your hood up real quick.
Put the hood up.
you gotta pull your
Yeah,
hat
and
back.
lean a little bit to the right.
That's so fucked.
You shouldn't take this.
Can you quit something you're not getting paid for?
All right, so stream fans.
Hey, let's go back to our photos.
Yeah, not Straganona.
Yeah, enough Straganona.
What I want to know is how many
There we go.
subscribers we need to do so that I can make Dave a custom bike and it's a write-off for Fitzwater.
I can't even wrap my head around the math you just tried to.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're saying.
Nathan's in this chat. Let's ask him this question. He's both of our accountants.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's still in here? Oh,
Why-
yeah.
why- I mean, I
Don't
don't
make
know.
write-off jokes to accountants.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
a good move.
Do they not find him as funny as we do?
No, they don't find it funny at all. And I just did. Oh, crap. Another fine mess you got me into.
Yeah. So Arjan
Oh, crap.
said you met Doozer at Ragbri, and he's not a bad guy, you know?
He was drunk.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this person is. But it's Ragbri.
Yeah,
So.
I don't. He's an actor. He's a really good YouTuber because he's an actor. Oh,
Whoa. Post
Maybe-
a video of me giving Otis. That was scaring me.
two-time-
Two-time Ohio State Fat Tire Cyclocross silver medalist.
Oh, there really is a nice.
Oh, crap.
How do I make this closer?
Take it. Come on, take it. You gotta take it. Fuck you.
It was a full beer!
You just threw it away?
No, I threw it at him.
Oh, let's see that.
But I
again.
just,
So this is Tony and you.
it took everything in my life to get, look how steep that hill was. That was all mud.
Fuck you.
I did hit him with the beer, so there's that. But, oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah, the mud wasn't, so I didn't wear treaded shoes, and the mud coming up that hill, it was like a Wile E. Coyote, just, I had to push my bike and grab the brakes, and then climb up to my bike, and then push the bike and grab my brakes and climb the bike just to get up the hill. It was crazy.
The beer was not open.
Yeah, it was a full beer closed,
Oh.
upside down.
A horrible handoff, yeah. I don't have a problem with, I mean, Doozer might be great in real life. Like I said, he's an actor on YouTube, and it strikes some people okay and other people aren't into it. Let's see, oh, whoops.
I have a feeling he's just baiting you.
Do you think he's what about the French cyclist? What's his name? The vegan cyclist? No, that dude's I hate that dude with every single ounce of my existence.
I spend all my time hating it.
Yeah. Colby has a 72 Schwinn twin. Can't imagine doing cyclocross with it.
Dude, Colby, I have a 91 Schwinn twin, and it's the same bike. That's weird. Is it a road bike? Schwinn twin, white, or the yellow Schwinn tandem. That thing is rough.
Large has a question for you.
We've talked about this.
I'm just saying, he has a question for you.
There's
Nathan, right? Isn't that Nathan right there?
Yeah, they do workouts. It had nothing to do with the bike. It was me. And then I had to walk in my shoes with no tread. You know how it is. I can't climb most of the hills. Wow, don't bring that guy up again. Just real diversion.
I know, yeah. Talking about other YouTubers who are 10,000 times more popular and richer than me is always
Super helpful.
it's actually, again, something I'll ever do in the photography world. I'd never comment on other photographers no matter what I think of them. But, yeah, anyways. There's other YouTubers that I do like. I mean, Terry B. Oh, yeah, that dude was ripping it up that day, too, on that bike.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for a long time now.
They falsely gave him well, we were talking about fat tires. They falsely gave him the fat bike gold medal when he was on a plus bike, single speed, and left 2 minutes before us. And I mean, I would never take a medal from Trainwreck because he's a ridiculous,
That's what. Yeah.
ridiculous, delightful person. But yeah, and he was like, hey, I wasn't riding a fat bike, and I rode in the single speed group. But
Is this you?
Yeah. Someone's giving me fireball shots.
Oh, that's right. They were doing the
So
fireball.
Tony threw a beer at me
On the other
where
side of the
The
road.
blue guy is.
Yeah.
And I came over here, and then I got friendly shots from people who are my friends that I don't know yet. Unlike my friends that I know that gave me upside down, full closed beer cans.
Slow cyclist. No need to register for the Otis Roubaix. You just show up.
Yep.
Yeah. Just show up.
Free. Just show up. Should we talk about those, Roubaix?
We should. Let's, there's Tonebone. Remember when Tonebone tried to give a hand up to like a 13-year-old or something? You were riding the race, so you probably didn't see it, but me and Large were there. It was right, well, because obviously I'm in this scene because I'm the one taking the picture. Me and Large are there, and Tonebone tries to hand off. I think it might have been on a tandem, and like the person on the back was like, he's 13. And he's like, oh, sorry, really sorry about that. Waterford should come back and make a fat bike. Did you already talk to this? I might have been looking at the photos more than...
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it wasn't that one. It was a road bike Schwinn Twin that they made. It was lugged. Yeah. There it is. That's the kid.
Oh, yeah, that's the kid that Tony tried to
He totally-
scandalize.
He totally sober Januaried on Tony.
Yeah.
It wasn't recently. It was 2 years before that, Tony. Turkey.
Robbie, just try and keep up. I'm a complicated person.
Little this, little that. That kid's not 15. The 20-year-old's.
Oh, was
like
Tony
that.
trying to say he was 15?
Yeah, he's trying.
Let's zoom in here.
15's not even the drinking age in Latvia.
Yeah, I mean, 15 or not, I mean, he's still, say he was 15, he's still 6 years off 21. That's a math I do know.
I'm thinking the 13 is the right guess.
He might have been 15.
Do you think they had the dirt bike goggles where they like pulled off the clean plastic wrap off their goggles every couple miles?
All right, Rob, good to hear. Good to see you. Good to see you, or whatever. I don't know. Good to see your typing.
Good to see your typing in real life.
Fat bikes are proven safer for drunken revelry.
I'm here, aren't I?
Living proof, as they say.
Anecdotal evidence is the highest form of logic.
This hill was crazy. Like, GoPros never show, like,
Two-wheel drive.
or like, this isn't a GoPro, photos, but just look up the hill where Nathan is, and you could see that there was and it was off camber, too,
And that's
to the
the
outside.
dry part.
Yeah. It gets muddier farther down, but it was off camber, and it was icy in the morning, then it became muddy as the day went on, so. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, that was quite the day.
There's
That was
Nathan.
Nathan pushing it up the hill, covered in mud. I still can't believe he did it.
Yeah, he did 2 or 3 laps.
Well, you were paying anyone's entry who would jump in the last?
Yeah.
Because what's his name got in too?
And then they never took my money.
Yeah, Jerry got in too.
They
and
just let us all race.
He got in on his 29er, and we had to like scrape the mud off.
That's the
everything
year
to do it.
before.
Oh, that was the year before.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Tandem, man. Your second hand up.
Second hand up.
Oh, this might be the one.
There is evidence that Tony.
No, it's right side up, so it can't be.
Yeah, no, I threw another can.
Oh, it's in the air.
Yeah, I threw that at Tony, and then he gave me a real hand up.
Gotcha.
So yes, I lived to see that. So fat bikes are
I did not.
life-saving devices.
I did not remember that I captured the beer in the air, like
Nope,
spilling out.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't know who said that, but yes, fat bikes save your life. Oh look, there's people walking up hills.
This is getting into the Oh, no, there's Nathan again. I thought he was getting into only the fans guys. Oh, we got Jay Dandy in the background.
Oh, with his Star Wars get-up. So classy. That was Ames.
That wasn't Ames. Was it?
Nope, not Ames. No, because Ames rode Doral City 2 years ago. No, that's Ames.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Ames.
Yeah, you're right.
Doral City.
That kind of shows that hill a little more, but it doesn't show the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's
there
the
it kind of shows it.
first one.
If you look at how small.
It was pure mud at the bottom, just pure mud.
Everyone's like, you should do it. And I'm like, no, this looks miserable. I'm going to.
It was.
Plus, I was on my Raleigh. I mean, not that anything else would have changed my mind, but I just got
Oh,
wheelie for
wheelie.
the camera, for that was pretty nice.
Wheelie, bro.
Oh, yeah, pictures don't capture how cold it was that day. Low 20s at the start of the race. Yeah, and then it warmed up and got, or as people rode the.
Cause yeah, it was frosty. So the beginning, the ones and twos at the beginning had okay conditions, and then when us plebes came through,
It was all
at
muddy.
the end,
Yeah.
it was all mud. So yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it large. It was hero mud when it started,
Yeah.
but it's still mostly that I don't train. Ever.
Yeah, that's always going to be the. Yep.
Is that that's the thing, right?
Not training.
Like racing but not training.
Yeah, I mean, I show up to a couple races a year and I don't train.
You race the way you train, right? As they say.
Yeah, no, but they
Pure
haven't.
mud. Wow.
They haven't added the voice on the member chats yet. I don't know why, Pudgy. I wish they would. So, only on the super chat.
Alex is in. Hi, Alex.
Oh, there's
Can
Alex.
confirm. Can
Oh,
confirm.
yeah.
Can confirm there. It was wild. All mud with light grass in it.
Yeah. We were looking at some Heck of the North earlier. If you weren't in here yet. Oh yeah, beer throw is a good action shot. Yeah. Rigda definitely races and doesn't train.
Oh, really? Oh, crap. Well, I don't. Apparently, I don't train better than you, because you smoked me. You were the one I asked. You were the one. He's the one I asked. When like we did 4 or 5 laps, and I was like, "Oh man, is this almost over yet?" And he's like, "Yeah, like 15 minutes more." And we've been racing for 15 minutes. I thought it was a 20-minute race. I was like, "Oh, I can do 1 or 2 more laps," and we had four more laps. So I dropped 6-7 miles per hour. And I was like, well, nice talking to you, Alex. I'm going to be back here. And then yeah.
Yeah, when everyone tells you should do it, it's fun. I'm like, it's fun to take pictures.
No.
It's fun to make a video about it.
Alex is made of tougher stuff. I have respect.
He said, I just show up and move the pedals. Should we show your trash fat bike? Or do you
Trash
want to
fat?
show anything else on this?
Oh, I got schemes, like mid.
Schemes?
We're gonna go mid fat.
What does
So-
that mean?
So
Oh,
so I do a lot of weird things on bikes.
do tell.
Because I like to touch places and see things and
Yeah.
feel the feels. But the first thing is this was a wheel from a bike I rode for a minute. It's just a Plus mountain bike wheel.
Kevin B became a member.
Thanks, Kevin B.
Thanks, Kevin B. You win British voice. So it's just a Plus mountain bike wheel, but we're going to take this, remove this, and put on fat bike hubs to run 27.5 fat mountain tires with a not giant fat rim. So fat rims are this big, we're going to this big. So as you see from the profile, fat bikes generally are pretty flat on the top because they want it to be like the rolling snowshoe.
Yeah.
But then mountain biking, you get more neutral turning with a rounded profile. So I'll have a super tall, giant, knobbly mountain tire.
Oh, too bad Racer isn't in here. This is his whole. This is his whole thing. Narrow rims with big fat tires.
Yeah. So it's taking thing. Well, if you look at every other wheel, every bike, it's a narrow rim with a bigger tire.
Yeah.
And fat bikes, because you're only running on snow, 5-ish or less tire, you want the rim to support the flat tire that's squinching down because you're a rolling snowshoe. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can deflate that tire and like physically do it if you want me to.
I think we're following along.
So physically. So this is like much bigger volume than 29 plus, but huge and knobbly and things, but it'll be really fun for mountain biking on rough things, full rigid. So that's one of my schemes is, like super zesty, more mountain bike fit on a fat bike, because mountain bike rims are usually single wall and so wide that they're not the strongest for getting extra ridey. Apply back the plus bike. I don't know what that means. This is a three. This tire doesn't fit in a plus. This is a 3.5-inch fat tire, so I don't know what the plus bike was, but I still have plus bikes. So, and then the other thing I wanted to do is I'm going to do a 26 plus rim with a 3.5 fat slick V Speedster, but 26 inch, and then cram it into something like a Salsa Fargo plus like 29er mountain drop bar bike. So it's like a supermoto, super low to the ground, fast, low bike, but you have double the air volume of like a 29 2.1 tire. So you can get really ignorant and ride over dumb things. So that's my other scheme. Are you killing ads?
Is that working?
Yeah.
I don't see it pop.
Pepper jacked, favorite.
You just popped up larges. Yeah.
So that's on OBS.
Plus mountain bikes.
Yeah.
That's OBS.
Share more,
right there.
Pudgy, about hate mountain bike.
Plus, mountain bikes are for folks you want to hate mountain bike.
Yeah, I want to know more. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Are we talking about pepper jack? You going finally? Man, Edmund's been chilling. Oh, maybe he thinks Dave's going outside.
These aren't mountain tires?
Those are mountain tires.
Basically the same tread as a
Share
medium.
more about this pepper jack. There's a story where
You're not that hot of a pepper jack.
Brad said, like, picture the fanciest cheese you could imagine, and Large said, pepper jack? That's a real summary of this whole story, but so whenever we're somewhere where there's like a sandwich and it says pepper jack, it's like, oh, I didn't know it was a kind of fancy place.
You got to explain more, because every mountain bike on the market now has 2.6 plus tires on it. So
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It just,
And if you're talking about a super big casing 3-inch, like maybe,
I also think
but
mountain bike riding is, I mean, that's like saying anything. I mean, that's such a broad category of riding anymore. Like, depends on what you're doing, I'm sure. Like, I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of 2.6 tires, and you know what that means. Next year, there's gonna be a lot of 2.8 tires.
yeah.
But
Just like road tires getting wider and wider. I mean, everything's getting wider and wider. Everyone wants to be more comfortable and faster.
So we got fat bikes. Fat bikes are the best bike to ride slow. So if you like riding slow. Oh, I forgot one of my biggest treatises.
Oh, wait. And Robbie said his Krampus kicks ass for mountain bike riding.
Is it real mountain bike ride?
I don't know.
No, that's what the inner brain is saying. But yeah, no, Krampus is quite fun.
How wide does Krampus go? How wide can you put on a Krampus?
3-inch.
3-inch, okay. So it's a plus.
Yep.
I can never keep all those straight.
Yeah.
Oh, he's running he's running 29 by 2.8s
Yeah.
Coronados. Coronados, who makes those?
Terravale.
Terravale, yeah, that's right.
So the one thing that I didn't talk about bigger tires, I'm obsessed with bigger tires in every facet,
Yeah.
is when you talk about tires and you talk about people and the setup, the bigger the person, the more air pressure you have to run. And one of the lovely things that Large used to always say is 48s are perfect. 48s are the perfect tire for most things. And he's a light, svelte man. And
Quite handsome, I would say, as well.
a handsome, light, and svelte man. I mean, how many adjectives do we need here? But he's also an excellent climber on skinny tires.
King of the callback.
But so you said 48's perfect, and so I did tire pressure calculations. So I'm about 50 pounds heavier than Large, and so him on 48s would run. It was running around 20 to 23 psi, and then me on 2.3 to 2.4s were running 20 to 23 psi, and then Yonda, who's over 250, would have to run 2.8s to get the same psi. So that perfect 48 pressure, like that 48, this is the perfect thing. If I want to feel what he's feeling, I need a bigger tire. And then if you're bigger than me, which I'm moderately big, but there's lots of people bigger, you need an even bigger tire. And so then when you go, that's for like an all-around bike. So then when you step up to like off-road bike, which now Large runs 2.2 or 2.3, so he's running 15 to 20 on his tires off-road. So for me to get to 15 or 20, I've got to get up to the 2.6, 2.8, something like that. And then someone who's 300 pounds needs to be on a fat bike
Gotcha.
to feel that quick, light, but also can cover some ground without wallowing around. And there's pressure calculators, and I'm averaging.
Yeah, people could go either way a little bit.
Yeah, but it's really cool to see that, like that, those pressures that he's feeling, and he was like, oh, 48s are perfect. 48s are perfect. But then someone who's 100 pounds, 5'1" and 100 pounds, they'll say, oh, 35s are freaking amazing. There's nothing like it. It's so supple. It's so soft. And it's like, okay, but then there's some, like, we build bikes for people that are 3 times as big as them. And so they're the same tire. They have to run 100 PSI. And that sucks.
Yeah.
And so with the ability to run bigger and bigger tires, you can fit bigger people, and they can have the same supple life that someone who's handsome, svelte, and whatever else we said.
King of the callback.
King of the callback does on 48. So and he's not wrong. That can be perfect, but
Yeah.
but that's is a cool thing. So, So me at a little under 200 pounds, like a 4-inch fat bike tire is fucking magic. Like I adore it. It's so good for riding over just difficult, tricky, and bumpy and rock gardens. But if you're bigger than me or smaller than me, you know, it might not be great.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, the more weight you add to the bike, the wider the tire to keep the pressure down. So someone said it's complicated, but that's really it in a nutshell. You know, to keep the same level of pressure, the heavier you and the bike combo is, the wider the tire needs to be.
Well, the uncomplicated thing, Fat Albert, is low tire pressure is magical on a bike. And so whatever your size, you can look up tire pressure. Like SRAM has an amazing complex calculator. Others like Renee Ayers have a more simple one on all road size tires. But is get low pressure and get a big enough tire that you can run low pressure no matter what your size is. And it's really cool.
Feeling the pressure to get off your fat ass on a fat bike now.
Come on down the river. No, but
I'm letting Otis say his thing. That's why he's on here.
what did I say?
No, I mean your stuff. About
Oh, did Pudgy say that too? Cool. I knew I liked that guy. Even,
Next week is when we fact check everything that's been said this week.
oh, that's why all the ads came on. They just corrected out all my fact checks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really annoying. I mean, you could like literally see. Look at this, where the ad comes on. Like,
Oh,
hey,
no.
I
yeah.
wonder if that what happened last week too.
Yeah, maybe. And it said YouTube wasn't getting up data. They're just screwing us. The whole funny thing about them was their whole like changing their ad policies too. Like what they did is like we don't get to choose what ads appear before videos anymore. Like if you could skip them, that's not in my hands anymore. And they're like, it'll make you more money. And I'm like, it'll make you more money. I don't make a lot of money here. I do it because I like it. I mean, like no complaints at all. But like when they say that, they're like, when we put this out over millions of people uploading videos to YouTube, we will make a ton more money. And like, they're right, I will. Like, I would never have, again,
Ooh,
mid
Bubba's
rolls.
burn.
Mid rolls, no way.
It will make you more money.
Yeah, yeah. like that, it's true. Like, it will make me more money, but that's like,
Yeah, like 13 cents.
yes, that's not enough to
13 cents.
that's not enough for me to put mid-roll ads over a live stream when we're talking about something. That's annoying. Like, don't you have premium, Rick? I think because you have premium, you won't see it. Oh, Pudgy was talking to Fat Albert. Yeah. It's so funny because I have this weird thing where I really don't notice like people's like height.
Yeah?
Like it just doesn't like register. Like until like there's a moment when I like would get like say go to step over or move Ben's bike, I'm like, oh yeah, this is tiny, you know, compared to what I'm used to, you know. Like it's just weird when I'm like talking to people, I don't like feel it for some weird reason, and I'm like, it's really when I look at it like a head tube or something, where I'm like, oh yeah, that's like cool.
Just find more write-offs. Making an account joke.
So see, it's not as offended.
Dave, you're in. Custom bike. Nathan said so. Photos?
I already paid for the beers, so now I could write these off, right?
Yeah, save receipts. Did
Yeah.
you save your receipt?
I always tell them no receipt because I usually drink all the beer myself.
It's all online. You can just categorize.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
yeah. Barkeep.
I think there's only one more.
more beer, bartender.
Is there only one more?
I think so.
I'm not doing Dame January. Get Tim a fake one,
Those are upstairs. I did
and you
not
can
want one of
complain
those.
about it.
Oh, they're so bad. Did you watch it? Where did he come from?
He was back there.
Oh, he's just chilling over there?
Yeah. Sleeping. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Pour a little in this glass.
What's that?
Pour a little in your glass.
Holy rollers, man. Holy rollers. They're almost exactly a crappy version of Renee Ayres tires. So they're a means to an end. Like, if you want to do some dumb stuff off-road in dry conditions, but you also want to ride your bike around and you don't have a lot of money, a Holy Roller isn't that bad. And like the K-Rad, Kenda K-Rad is also a predecessor to the Renee Ayres knobbly tread. But it has almost no off-road grip, but it does roll okay. And then there's also, there used to be, Pudgy, do you remember this tire? Specialized Crossroads tire from the 90s, was also a predecessor of the Renee Ayres knobbly tire. But kind of where it's a bunch of squares with gaps, so it'll grip some, but it has enough rubber that it doesn't disappear. Because whenever you get little knobs and you pedal, it just disappears.
Did Large buy these tires?
No idea.
No.
It's a callback. I don't know what the callback,
It's a callback.
is.
Oh, Blackball saw your midnight special over here. That's Otis's bike, yeah. Yep, that was on camera too. I think it's over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could see it over. Well, see it over there leaning up.
But
The gunner.
yeah, that's so with the death of the Plus tire, but now with rigid mountain bikes being bike packing bikes, they got to bring back the multi-use Plus tire, because there's like, once you get beyond the 2.2, 2.4-ish range,
Yeah.
there's no fast tires that can also climb on dirt. Oh my gosh. Callbacks.
Do we want to look at your other bike?
Sure.
Well, you get your other bike. If you want to grab that and switch it out, don't kill the cat. We could do a wheel of names, because I got sent another. They sent me another. What would you call this? A duck horn light from Pimp My Bike. So let's spin the wheel of names for this guy. This will be for members. All right, good night, Robbie. And I think we'll have to go, you have to be present tonight, right? We'll spin it a couple times, because I had no way to get a hold of the
Can I give
person
away
who won
bike
last time.
balls instead?
Yeah, you could. Let's pull the wheel of names up here.
Well, that's what we did last time.
What?
Oh, no, we just pulled your members list.
Yeah, who was the person who became a member tonight? Kevin B? I'll add him right now. Kevin B. Oh yeah, you just counted it.
Oh,
So
I killed the cat. Oh,
all right,
Getting a taco?
let's pull this up here.
Getting a taco?
No, getting a Ford F-150. Real man's truck.
Why are you looking at tacos?
You can keep your options open.
Oh, okay. Do you see my old taco?
You got one?
Oh my God, it's Otis!
Can't get that at a bike shop.
Otis isn't in the chat.
I said you had to be present, though.
Present.
Oh yeah, Obscurity asked if his giveaway is shipping soon. Yep, I put it right here to get it all ready to go. Soon, you're right, it is shipping soon. So.
Man, this thing's dirty. What'd you do?
Oh, you're pulling that up here.
Oh, is that not what I was supposed to
That's
bring?
fine. Hey Dave, could you manhandle the camera?
Oh. We already talked about this one. I don't know. That was the one they wanted
Yeah.
to see.
Oh, look at this slow.
I'm going to
thing.
put 26 by 2.8 slicks on this. I'm going to
This is
try.
already 650.
I know. Even
The
smaller
wheels are
wheels.
already too small on this bike.
Yeah. Oh no, it's wonderful. S-grape? What's S-grape?
S-Grape is a channel member, but they might watch. I don't think they watch the live streams because they won one of those. But S-Grape, if you are watching, reach out to me. I don't have your address because they won one of the spins, but I don't know who it is, and I have no way to contact them. What is the rear cog on that, the big one?
46.
That's a 46?
Yeah.
Why does it look so much bigger to me? I guess because I don't run 46s.
Yeah.
What's the front ring?
40.
What is that brand of the front ring?
White Industries.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it? Yeah. Yeah.
That's a white?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I was going to wash this today so I could do the B-roll for the video, and then I was going to ride it to the shop and see if you want me to ride one of the fat bikes back here so you didn't have to handle two, and I just ran out of time. So once I didn't get it washed, I'm like, well, I'm just going to go buy burritos from Holy for Holies.
They're really good.
Oh, so good. I like this build. I would like it probably even better with 700 tires on it, but
No, you'd like, you just need fast tires.
faster tires, yeah. I liked it. Like, these tires were great when we rode off-road, obviously. I thought they were super grippy. These are the G1s?
G1 Bite.
Bites. Yeah, they felt super good. Like,
Can I turn it?
me and Large rode them on like
Yeah, I mean, it's got a collection of little circles there, but it's not enough to make it roll that fast on pavement. And there's, like, those side knobs just dig in. They don't, like, turning, you're not going fast. Ooh, I ruined a live stream? What did I do?
I'm joking.
Not doing fat bikes?
No, winning the duck. Oh yeah, and then we got the dynamo.
Yeah, we got done.
How much resistance do you feel like? Do you think you could feel the dynamo? Because I feel like I can, but I don't know if it's just the tire.
You can turn it off and on and notice.
Oh, you can notice
It's like the speed difference of you just farted and you didn't. Like, it's not a lot.
How do you
This
turn
is
it off
not
or on?
the fanciest dynamo, so it has a little more drag than, like, we've been doing a decent amount of sun hubs, and those have just fractional amounts. But when you turn things on, either like if you're running a charger, you're running lights, when you turn them on, it does draw just a tiny bit more. But it's
negligible.
It's so small.
So I'm feeling the tires. I'm not feeling the dynamo.
Yeah.
Because it feels a little draggy to me on just smooth pavement.
Yeah, yeah. Well, these are these. I put these tires on because I was on extra leger Rene Air slicks, and Ben was really kicking up the level of intensity on our bike rides this year, and lots of train detritus, and I just kept sliding around and being worried about tearing my beautiful, amazing, sexy tires. And so a winter was coming, and I put on big, grippy tires. So oh, we got a 50, and you can buy 48 or 58. What size?
Who are you looking at?
Colby cheese?
Ah, too late.
Psh. We'll swap it for you.
Kevin said he's got what he feels like is a knockoff Midnight Session special States All Road bike.
What? The State All Road, like the frame and fork are quite tough, as long as they're straight, and the deals on those were amazing. But if it's right, it's right. But sadly, we sold them for a year and a half, and we had more warranty issues. than
So you could get a good one,
every
but you might not
other
get a good
company
one.
I've ever sold combined. So that's not being mean. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
And they had all-road bikes with dog shit spokes that exploded, and they only had 28 holes on a full loaded, 28 spokes that were very cheap on bikes that had every zit possible for carrying stuff, and things they just exploded.
Pudgy, I'm not like looking for a chance to rip on any tire. I'm saying these are great tires for off-road. Unlike the Renaers that are knobby, that still feel like they could be fast on the road. And same with, and I don't think Renaers is the only one who makes tires that feel good off-road and on-road. I think the Terravale Cannonballs were a good one. What's the one
Well, the
everybody...
G1 all-rounds are better.
All-round.
better
There's
than
another
this.
one everyone really likes right now. Large just put them on something. And a couple companies even rename them. Like a gum gum or something stupid like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of another one that a lot of people have been talking about lately. I think Erin might even be running them on her on board.
Oh, the Ultra Dynamicos?
Yeah. No. I mean, I've never ridden Ultra Dynamics.
those are-
People feel like that about those too. I've never ridden them to have that opinion. So,
Yeah, those are just a different pan racer tread. So.
Driver Pro?
Oh, that's a more off-road tire. That's a little slower than this.
Ah, the Super Yummies.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's
it's always
little-
close with my gum
That's a
gum.
little slower than this.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because they have less knobs in the center,
Ah.
or less flat in the center. So, yeah, it's tricky. I like Renaers. The tires are freaking amazing. Like it's a fantastic tire, and we've sold tons and tons and tons of them. But the tubeless setup is a little tricky.
And mine,
It's a little tricky.
it didn't work out on my 55s with the stuff I was riding. I'm better off with, I'm running that bike
You,
better
you were
with two.
riding on legit rock gardens for the first time ever on elite supple casing. So
Yeah.
shit was gonna happen.
Well, there's a standard casing, but yeah.
Yeah.
What is this cat meowing at? Is he at the
Friends?
back door?
I don't know.
He wants treats.
But
He wants a what?
Treats.
Oh.
He
He just likes to go out the back door.
yeah, the Renaers tires are amazing, but the tubeless setup is legit tricky. It's legit tricky.
They're not the only tires
and they're
that-
not mountain bike tires.
And they're not the
They
only-
would never say they're mountain bike
No,
tires.
and he never has. And they're not the only tires that weep out the sidewalls. Let's get that clear. Supple tires just do that.
Yeah.
Like, you need the right sealing. I do, and sometimes feel like maybe I just get. It's the only one we have left. I do feel like sometimes I would be better off getting for this bike, for the gunner, like whatever the next casing up is. What do they call that? His endurance
Endurance.
caping. But I also feel like I do like the tread, but I feel like when you're spending that much on a tire, if it's not going to be supple, you're almost defeating the purpose, right? But I guess I really do like the tread pattern, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you'll notice that much difference. But yeah, the endurance casing is a more supple casing, but an extra layer. So the standard
Edmund, just come over here.
is less layers, not quite as supple. So yeah. But holy cow, those tires are amazing. But
Endurance,
there's a smidge of Ferrari tire to it. You know, it's freaking amazing, but there's, you know.
That's what Yonda said there.
Yeah.
And we were talking, when Yonda was on once, we were talking about, people were like, how much do you change your sealant? And I'm like, I wear those tires out before I need to change the sealant. They're expensive. It's an expensive way to go. But if you ride your bike a lot and you enjoy that feeling, I mean,
Yeah.
you get what you pay for in a way. But I said it's kind of like, I worked at AutoZone and a lot of people didn't understand this. The most expensive headlights lasted the least. It's because they were the brightest and they were the best, and people would be like, well, I don't want that then. And it's like, yeah, that's how it works. So anyways.
Yeah. But the counterpoint to that is like if you're not messing with things and you set them up well and like that, their thick, knobbly tread. Like we've had people get 4,000 or 5,000 miles on a tire.
Those
Are you
people blow
kidding
my
me?
mind. I've never.
But on the tread,
Oh yeah.
like
No,
you're-
but I've worn the treads all the way off. You could see I have Renaires with the
yeah,
treads.
always like over 3,000 miles.
Two. Oh, I've never gone 3,000 miles on a Renaires.
What?
No way.
What?
No way. Not even close.
You haven't bought that many tires.
Yeah, I have. I could show them to you. They're all here. I could show them to
But
you.
you were doing 10,000 mile years.
Yeah, and I was changing them a couple times a year.
No.
And I have a lot of bikes.
You only ride one.
I ride one.
Well, now you ride two.
But the first year I had it, I put a few thousand miles on the Trek. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but just having thick rubber to wear down instead of wearing through thin
Yes,
rubber
for
to a
sure.
casing,
Yeah.
like it just lasts longer. And here, there's so much glass that having a little rubber to keep you off the road
Oh, I agree,
is
yeah.
so nice.
I don't feel there's like the knobs on the Renaires are slow enough to say that I wouldn't go with them. Like I definitely, they're still the ones I like, but I don't get 3,000 miles.
Well, yeah, I mean, 1,000 miles on a road tire is doing all right.
Yeah, a
On
good
a
road,
slick.
fast road tire.
Yeah.
You could,
so-
anyone could buy.
especially the back tire. So, yeah, and then like a mountain bike tire, like I haven't asked the people that are running mountain bike tires on their gravel bikes now, or all road bike or all terrain bikes, like if you have legit knobbly tires, like 1,000, 1,500 miles on a back tire is lucky if
Yeah.
you have a knob tire because it'll be totally smooth in the middle.
This guy just wandering around yelling at everybody. Well, what do you
1,000
think?
miles as long as you don't ride more than 2,000. Sick burn.
Sick burn. Well, should we wrap it up? It's almost 11, I think. Oh, it is 11.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Awesome.
Yeah, come to Dirty River, buy a fat bike.
Right in time. Here we go.
No, we don't have bottle deposits.
Bottle deposit. Do you know what this state is practically a not?
Drink and throw. Drink and throw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look up. Just go to any news website and type in Ohio and see the headlines that come up when it comes to our state government. No, yeah, we just yeah,
That's what rivers are for, right?
yeah. We burn rivers here.
That's not what rivers are for. It's not what rivers are for.
Hey, look, they're thanking you.
Oh, thanks, Eddie.
Look at this.
Thanks, Rick. You can buy me that Rivendell fat bike when it comes out.
Oh, Alex, you coming out? Oh, awesome. See you at the Otis for Bay.
Otis Bay, hilliest, roughest road ride.
Oh, we were going to
around.
talk. Well, we have. If you guys aren't in the Discord, jump in the
free.
Discord. We do have a
March 24th.
we do have a meetup section, and I'm going to do a meetup ride the night before again, like we did last year, or the afternoon before. So
Should we do a bike swap the week after?
now we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay. We need to plan a bike swap for the spring, though.
Oh, I think so for sure. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Ride a fat bike. You'll smile.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.
In the awful way, holiday, holiday today, and all I want to say, holiday, holiday today. You catch the first train home.